based on integrity, because obviously you're saying integrity is kind of the backbone of the entire, whatever it is, business, foundation.
Because any of it that's out of integrity cannot perform to its maximum.
So what's the, if you could inject one thing to help jumpstart it, what would that be?
I think the first thing is that you get people to understand that integrity is not a moral issue. It's not an ethical issue. It is a performance issue. And therefore, we can never achieve the maximum performance of this organization. You can never make as much money as you can make if we have a situation where we don't do what we say we're going to do. If instead of doing what we say we're going to do, we become a victim, not my fault, somebody else did it, then we'll never be able to achieve that. I'll tell you how simple it is. I worked with a group of people one time that confronted this integrity process, and because they couldn't get the total quality management thing to work. Tried and tried and tried and tried, but couldn't work. And finally they sat down as a team and said, okay, there's only one thing that we can do. And let's try this for a year, and if this happens, if this works for a year, then we'll go to phase 2. And the one thing that they agreed, 7 of these people in this room, never, 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 under any circumstance, under any condition, for any reason, at any time, will we ever lie to each other. We will never, never, never lie to each other for a year. Let's just, you know how hard that is? Holy shit, that's difficult for people to do in business. You know? Well, they made it a year. And by the time that year was over, they found that had filtered down to the entire organization. That everybody that integrity was not really about morals or really about ethics. It was really about performance, about achieving the potential of the team. I think that we're often more afraid of not doing what we can do than we are of not being able to do. Say that again? I believe that we are more afraid of not doing what we can do than we are of not being able to do. Well, let me just, don't answer this out loud, but what percentage of your potential do you believe that you use? Don't lie to yourself. You can lie to anybody in the world, but don't lie to yourself, okay? What percentage of your potential do you believe that you utilize? Wow. And I'm going to tell you, whatever number you chose, in a very well-run organization, organizationally, it's 10% of that number. Remember hearing a long time ago that we use only 10% of this? Now we know that's a lie. We use only 0.0001% of this. We don't use it at all. You ever worked here where we never had time to do it right, but you always had time to do it over? Two things we hate to do. We hate to think, and we hate to plan. I mean, we'll do it again and again and again instead of writing down the steps for what we do. And I'm going to tell you, writing a plan's a bitch, isn't it? It's hard to do, isn't it? It is extremely difficult because we just went through that process about a year ago. It's extremely difficult. It's just, it's hard to do. Just to say that I'm going to do these 5 things, and I'm going to do these 5 things by these. Here are the steps that are involved in those, and here's how I'm going to measure.
The statistics show, and 97.8537% of them are made up on the spot.